What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait, I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Hello. It's Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. You tuned into the breakdown, episode 688. Let me do something real quick before Kick goes ahead and kicks me off. Hold on. multi-streaming. Kick wants you to make sure that you put on multi-stream as on. I don't even know why. Honestly, I need to ask them this question. Why do I need to go ahead and do all this shit, man? This is so aggravating. All right. Here we go. All right, episode 688, sponsored by Midnight. Shout out to Cardano. Shout out to Midnight. Shout out to Charles. Shout out to JJ. I know it's about time. It's about time that I came back because it's been boring, hasn't it been boring? It's been absolutely boring without me. Without me. That's Eminem's song, right? Anyway, also, this show is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Shout out to Cake Wallet, Vic, the entire team. Vic doing big things, building things, investing into things. Shout out to Vic. Tremendous asset for this space. Also, shout out to Polymarket. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of the DG brand, and also the breakdown. People's Reserve is here. That's right, People's Reserve. CJ leading the charge, using Bitcoin as collateral. Shout out to CJ and that entire team. We'll have CJ on hopefully this month. Or maybe the beginning of next month. I don't know. Well, welcome. Welcome. What's up? What are we up to, man? What is everybody up to? Shout out to everybody tuning in from all. Oh, shit. You know what? I didn't put on. Let me go put this on. I didn't put it on. I did not put this on. Now it's on. I forgot to put on Getter. Shout out to Getter too. Shout out to Truth Social. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. I said on Twitter right now, tell me what you're looking at. Tell me what cryptocurrencies you want me to go ahead and talk about. What do you want me to look into? Scott, I'm gonna bring everybody joy. Okay? I'm here now. Daddy's home. Daddy's home. I'm gonna get into talking about Midnight. Probably next week we'll talk about Midnight City, which I think is a really good asset by Midnight. I think it'll be easier for people to wrap their head about what Midnight is actually building out here, because Midnight is really building something that's epic. I love the fact that as soon as I say this, as soon as I tell people, come into the chat, talk about your cryptocurrencies, they stop lurking and they start typing. Love to see it. Love to see it. Right now, TikTok, Twitter's on your heels. Twitter is on your heels. What do we start with, though? Do we start with crypto? Do we start with politics? Do we start with Tucker, who's completely lost his mind? Do we start with Tucker, who's completely lost his goddamn mind? How's there... Am I still fucking shadow banned on TikTok? How is there only 28 fucking... 30? Are you guys resharing? What is happening here? Are we not resharing the stream on TikTok? What is going on? Are we lazy today? Do you guys want me to start selling ebooks? Is that what it is? Do you guys really want me to start selling ebooks? Fran, I'm not talking about you. I know what you deliver. Do you guys want me to start selling ebooks? Is that it? Do the TikTok people want me to start selling ebooks like the rest of these grifters on TikTok? Do you want me to start selling these XRP ebooks? Because that's all they do. It's all about XRP. Is that how I get in? Is that how I get in with TikTok? Just talk about ebooks and talk about XRP all day and claim that XRP is going to go to $40,000 per token? Excuse me, per coin? Should I go ahead and do that? Warren, I'm still on TikTok. I am still on TikTok. I am forever loyal to TikTok. My hair is curling up, man. I was looking before I came on. I was like, man, my hair is curling up. I got curls going. It's the weather because it's getting a little bit nicer outside. As soon as the weather starts, I get them curls coming out. I got that Jufro going. I got that Jufro. Don't you forget that I got that Jufro. Anyway, I wasn't fixing my hair, man. Listen, when you have thick hair, for anybody who has thick hair, you understand, okay? When you have thick, healthy, black hair, okay? Y'all understand. Anyway, look. Crypto's choppy. It's going back and forth. Okay? You want me to talk about crypto? It's going back and forth. You got people quitting. You got people quitting crypto. They've had enough. They're throwing up the white flag like the French. You got the white flag is going up like the French right now. Man, I definitely got fucking seasonal allergies right now. Landy said he's not coming on the show no more. Landy told me he is not coming on the show no more. That's it. He's done. Landy said he's done. Not coming on the show no more. I'm disappointed and heartbroken. You see, that's what happens. As soon as I gave Landy mad props, and that's it. He went on and started his own show. You see, that's why I'm not giving nobody props no more, man. Y'all all suck. Compared to me, you can't touch me. Anyway, let's talk about crypto. Right now, crypto needs a hero. I'm being serious. Crypto needs a leader, a hero. And I'm thinking about it. I'm actually sitting back and thinking if I should go ahead and lead crypto out of the darkness. I'm sitting here and thinking about it. Should I do it? Yeah, I interview notable people. I interview your favorite influencers on here or notable personalities. Yeah. But I'm thinking about, should I save crypto? Should I save crypto? Should I lead crypto out of the darkness? I'm thinking about it. By the way, TikTok has informed me, even though I have my live stream back, I'm still in the penalty box for misinformation because I don't know what the fuck I said. I at this point, I don't know what the fuck I said. I think I just have normal conversations. I really do believe I have normal conversations. So I have no clue. But going back to leadership, crypto needs leadership. Okay. We don't need people coming on here on these podcasts, mainstream media, talking about shit's going to 5 million, 1 million. We don't need that. Okay. That's right, Scott. We need Crypto Moses back. That's what they called me back in the day. They called me Crypto Moses. I think Crypto Moses needs to part the seas. I think I need to take people to the promised land. I know, Dr. Crypto 76, something needs to happen. Okay? This is the State of the Union address right now at this point. It's the State of the Union address. Crypto is in terrible shape. Okay? I'm going to keep it 100. Crypto is in terrible shape. Everybody's creating a token every 5 fucking seconds. Every 5 seconds. So when things are actually running, when you have tokens that are or projects or memes, whatever the fuck you want to call it, when you have things that are actually running, it stops. It stops because people are switching to the next one. This is some Fortnite mentality bullshit. I'm telling you, you got a runner, you got the perfect meme, the shit is running, and all of a sudden, everything stops because, yes, what was it, 2-3 days ago? I seen 5 of the same memes on the front page of Pump.Fun. I think you guys were with me here. I think it was Epic Smiley. 5 Epic Smileys. They all came out at the same time. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That is crazy. We got to go back to the old mentality, man. We got to go back to the days of believing in something, right? Believe in something. Not just chase random shit. That's why a lot of you guys are on welfare. You guys are on welfare because you continue to chase. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm about to say this. But it is like a fucking casino now. Probably even worse. You probably have better chances at winning in a casino than you do in the goddamn fucking crypto industry right now. I'd probably tell people, if they contact me, they're like, yo, Dave, man, I really want to get into crypto. I'm going to tell them, go to a casino. You need to go to a casino. You're going to have better luck at a casino than you will in crypto right now. That's it. That's what I'm saying. By the way, I really love my blue suit today. And I know I have a lot of blue suits, but I really love this blue suit today. It fits me. You know what it is? I got a lot bigger now in a good way. Like my muscles are popping and this suit feeling good. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown. Will I have Rob Nelson come on here? Syndicated show host. Will I have him on here? We're going to talk a little bit of politics here in the 1 o'clock hour, second hour of the show. He'll be on here for 15 minutes. We'll chop it up. Since Landy didn't want to come on, since Landy said, you know what? I don't need you, David. I don't need you. Fine. I'm not going to cry over it. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be? Thank you for, and ladies and thank you so much for acknowledging the suit. Thank you. Thank you. You imagine me, how can I not be president of the United States of America? How can I not be? Bro, no wars. Trust me. I'm going over to Iran and I'm saying, what, bitch? What? What'd you say? You go close down what? You gonna close down what? What'd you say? Don't make me raise my hand. Don't make me raise my hand on you. Say what? If I was the president of the United States of America, oh my God. Look, Trump is great. I'm just saying, once I take over for Trump, you think Trump is bad. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Is all I got to say about that. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why this is stalling out. Okay, give me 1 second, commercial break. Be back right after this.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back to the show. What the hell? There you go. Welcome back to the show. Man, I'm looking at, what is this? You aren't alone, Gokhshtein. Bit people aren't bullish on crypto anymore. I'm just reading a bunch of tweets out here in these streets right now. As soon as I mention come show your crypto, everybody, let me see your communities, by the way. Why is it only like one person who is this guy? I'll smack the shit out of you for saying who is this guy. Nobody knows you. Nobody's ever heard of you. Who are you? How dare you come into my stream and ask me who I am? The hell is that? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving away a free can of ass whipping. That's right. I am absolutely giving away a free can of ass whipping to the next person that comes onto my show and asks me, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are you is the better question. That's right. And this free can of ass whipping is sponsored by absolutely nobody. Okay? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. See the fine print. All right, I'm back. Look, I do mean this. We need leadership in crypto. We need the leaders to step up in crypto because this is dog shit, man. This ain't fun no more. You can't tell me this is fun. This is absolute dog shit. This is why a lot of people are taking their money and they're just putting it into Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, that's what's happening. People DM me all the time. They're like, listen, I'm either going into Bitcoin or I'm going to go into real protocols. That's it. I'm not entertaining anything else. Okay? I am not going to entertain any of this other shit. That's what they're telling me. This is the conversations I'm having. These are real convos. We need a leader. Okay? And I know you're looking at me, you're like, hey, Dave, like, you're the guy. I get it. But I got a business to run. Okay? I got a business to run. And a lot of you guys want to use me too. Oh, Dave, go ahead. Put out a ticker. We'll all rally behind it. You're all gonna rally to dump on my head. That's what you're gonna do. I know you. I know exactly what will happen. You'd all rally to dump on my head. Could you imagine if I put a ticker out there, what would happen? First of all, you'd finally be able to afford a week's worth of groceries. That's number one. Okay, let's give a round of applause on that. But then, y'all dump right on my forehead, and then you would blame me. See, let me tell you, there's a problem in crypto, right? So we invite all of our friends here. We tell everybody how great crypto is, right? The industry is growing. It's great, going to new levels. You can be first. You can, like I always say, you can front run the banks, all this shit, right? And if, you talk to some of your friends and they're builders, they're innovators. They know how to build shit. They know code. They're computer programmers. They're smart. Okay. They can articulate themselves. We bring them in here. We tell them, hey, this is a great place to be. This is a great place. Why don't you come on? Why don't you come join me? And 24 hours in, you guys are assassinating these people. You are absolutely ripping these people apart. You're calling them ruggers. These people don't even know what the word rugger is. You're calling them ruggers and scammers and all this shit. Why the fuck would anybody want to be here? You can't even build here. And you know what? Let me say this. When people are building out here, they're going to make mistakes. They're gonna fail on things. But there are a lot of people that fail, they get back up and they keep going and they keep trying. We got to be more supportive. But yet, we're so quick to come out with a goddamn spaces, a video. There are real scammers out here, 100%. But that's like 1 to 5% of this goddamn industry. There's going to be a bad apple in every fucking industry. Any industry you look into, there's going to be a bad apple. But there are a lot of people that are here that are building for the right reasons. They're trying to level up crypto. They're trying to get the industry seen. They're working their asses off, and it's front facing. They can't hide. You see everything in real time as they build. And there's no support. It's a bunch of people complaining that have never built a business in their lives. Because this is business. This is business. It's decentralized business. It is transparent business. It's a business that when you're building a business in Web3, you can see it. You can see it. There's nowhere to hide. So you should be encouraging people. I'm not saying you can't critique. You can't go ahead and be critical and give feedback. That's not what I'm saying. You guys already know me. I'm critical. I was critical of Bitcoin. I'm critical of Ethereum, Solana. I'll name them all out. But not in a bad way. I'm like, hey, here's some constructive criticism. Here's how I'm seeing it. I think if you did this, that, and the third, I'm just giving feedback. Whether or not they use it is a different story. But we got to sit back here and say, like, hey, we're fucking crazy out here. 90% of you guys have never built anything. You can't even build a fucking Lego set. And here you're giving advice to fucking people that have studied their entire lives, lived in code, yet you've never built out that Lego set that your grandma gave you for Christmas? What are we talking about? What are we doing here? We are absolutely eating our own people. We're destroying our own industry. And then you're wondering why the institutions are doing better than the people in retail. That's because the institutions, they're not rooting against their fucking innovators. They're not rooting for them to fail. They actually know what brand presence is. They know how to brand. They know how to market. They appreciate both. They know how to package things up. We need leadership. We need leadership. We need a dominant leader to step onto the court and smack the shit out of anybody that tries to go ahead. I'm telling you, within 24 hours, 24 hours. Somebody comes here for the first time, person who's well versed in coding, that wants to build something that can actually go ahead and solve a real use case in the world today. And here we are, not me, I'm not included in this. Here you are, bitching and moaning from the stands. You have never played the game, but you're bitching and moaning in the stands. Shut the fuck up. Okay? That's what we need. You to shut the fuck up. Actually, we need you to leave this industry. Ain't nobody wants you here. You got no crypto. You got no skin in the game. If you got crypto, then you accidentally got airdropped. Okay? And you got a fucking ugly ass PFP. Yeah, that PFP, that's ugly ass shit. That ugly ass NFT. Or you bought an NFT all time high and that shit cost $3. Ain't nobody cares about your goddamn opinion. Not a single person gives a fuck what you gotta say. I'm serious. You got a bunch of morons that are out here critiquing, yet they can't even speak English. And I'm checking accounts now. Half of you motherfuckers are from India or Pakistan. Okay? Y'all should be worried about, getting your relations right. And like lately, I'm getting fucking blitzed with DMs. Besides people asking me, like, hey, Dave, what do you think can happen in crypto? I'm getting DMs by people that are pretending to be women. And they're inviting me to their OnlyFans. I'm on one today, man. I'm on one today. I am furious. What the fuck is this, man? I hate these fucking emails, man. Motherfuckers be sending emails. You think you can't trick me? Man, you cannot trick me. I see what the motherfucker's trying to do. Set me up. Hold on one second. Fuck. Welcome to the breakdown. And I'm not having a breakdown. Okay, this is episode 688. Sponsored by Midnight. Sponsored by Polymarket, Cake Wallet, and the People's Reserve. Shout out to everybody. Again, if you're looking to do business with me, davidgokhshtein.com. That's where you can go ahead and fill out the form. davidgokhshtein.com. Partnerships@gokhshtein.com. You can go ahead and hit that shit up. And we can go ahead and see if you qualify to be on this phenomenal platform. Anyway. Plus, I'm working on some stuff. By the way, StockTwits went ahead and nominated me as one of the crypto creator of what is it actually? Hold on, I'll tell you exactly what I'm nominated for. I am nominated for. Hold on, man. I am nominated for. We're excited to share that you're nominated for a 2026 StockTwits Hashtag Award. You've officially been nominated for Crypto Creator of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am nominated for Crypto of the Year. Thank you, by the way. I want to thank you. Listen, I don't really care if I win, even though I am competitive and I do want to win. But at the end of the day, it's nice to be acknowledged. People tune into the show. They see the people that I speak with. And I guess I bring value to the table. So I appreciate being included. Appreciate having, I don't know, somebody think that I deserve something. Thank you so much. And there's another establishment that contacted me saying that they're also putting me up for an award. So that's cool. That's cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. If only the TikTok algorithm appreciated me, because I don't know what the fuck's happened lately. Can't believe they took me off. They literally took me off live as I was streaming. What an excellent show too, and they took me off. You don't deserve me. Anyway, back to leadership in crypto. Back to leadership in crypto. We absolutely are lacking leadership, and we need somebody to step up. We really do need somebody to step up. Okay? We need somebody to step up. I'm thinking about it. I'm fucking thinking about it. I don't know. We need to do something. All the garbage memes coming out, we need to really rally behind one. And how disrespectful is it? Like, I can't. If I put out a ticker, like I keep on thinking about this. If I put out a ticker that I like, besides the Pepes and the Bobos, I can name all them out, the Poos and all this stuff that I have. If I went and put something out right now in this current environment, it's a scary proposition. It really is a scary proposition. Because people are looking to just dump on your ass. Okay? S-tier name, S-tier brand, and they'll be looking to fucking make sure they would dump on me. Hold on 1 second. Kamala was your best chance to onboard, but no. Kamala, Chase, are you smoking crack at 12:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with some shit like that, saying something like that? Kamala? We're not talking about onboarding alcoholics, okay? We're talking about making crypto great again. Again, that's speculation, because I got to say that because of TikTok speculation, but still. I'm feeling like a devious mother. Step it up, David. Actions speak louder than words. Forget memes. Let's focus. I focus on real projects all the time. I focus on real projects all the time. How dare you say I don't focus on Jessica? Hold on, not Jessica. NKNK. How dare you? How dare you say something like that to me? I'm out here talking about these altcoins that are doing absolutely great things. You ain't listening. You're not listening. And you know what? Memes are real. There are real memes, and then there are zombie tickers. Okay? There are real memes, and then there are zombie tickers. No, Jessica, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry, Jessica. I apologize. I apologize. It is 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You've tuned into the breakdown 688. Sponsored by, again, Midnight, sponsored by Polymarket, sponsored by Cake Wallet, sponsored by People's Reserve. It's nice to have Tech and Fran moderating the room. Again, if you want to moderate TikTok, go to Fran, go to Tech. They'll see if you're the right fit to go ahead and be a part of the team on TikTok. Okay. I got to start doing that shit with Twitter as well. I got to start doing that shit with Getter and a lot of other places. That's right. Let's see where I stand right now on Getter. See where the show stands. I got a lot to say though. I'm getting into it. Yeah, I was shut down on Sunday. I was shut down on Sunday by Twitter. It was unfortunate. They shut me down. All right, there you go. The number two shows, the two shows right now is the Charlie Kirk show, and then I don't know what this is, Merry Blizzard 2026. I have no clue what the fuck that is. But after that, I'm number 3. The Breakdown, number 3 on Getter, alongside of InfoWars and all these other, all these other popular shows. So shout out to Getter. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to get my username, man. I'm trying to get my handle out here on these streets. All right. So right now I'm looking at Twitter. Guys, you are definitely not working for your bags. All I see is the same person talking about the same token over and over again. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Okay. This is apparently the cousin of the monkey. That monkey that got beat up by a bunch of monkeys in the zoo. I'm being shilled the cousin's monkey. The cousin's sister's girlfriend's friend's cousin. I'm being shilled this right now in the comments section. I have another person saying that a certain token is going to go to $100 million. Yet nothing in this space has gone to $100 million. Do you understand that? 1 out of 300 fucking tickers barely moved past $5 million in terms of market cap. What are we talking about? You know what, Jessica? I think it might have been, I think TikTok doesn't like truth. TikTok definitely doesn't like fucking the truth. They don't like the truth. I know what time. I'm trying to answer as many comments as I can. Okay, let me get back to what I was going to talk about. So crypto does need a hero. Like crypto does need somebody to step up to the plate. I'm not even talking about myself. We need somebody to step up to the plate, rally everybody around one token, and then one token at a time. What's happening right now, this is Fortnite. This is absolute spamming. Like, this is crazy. This is not crypto. And this is why a lot of people are just not interested in crypto. People are just going and moving over to AI. They're spinning up agents and they're trying to create, by the way, all the people that have talked about AI, there's only been 1 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people that have actually created something. The rest of these people are probably trying to get a refund or trying to give back their fucking Mac Minis because they've accomplished nothing. And I still say you should learn AI because AI and crypto go hand in hand. But a lot of people bought Mac Minis. A lot of people bought Mac Minis, and now they're doing nothing. They got bored after a week. Crypto is in hell right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm keeping it 100. Bitcoin, yes, you buy up Bitcoin at these ranges. You go into Ethereum. Look at Tom Lee. He's buying Ethereum all the time. I just want to tell Tom, maybe you should stop buying Ethereum. Maybe you'll have a chance to go up because they know you're buying. So maybe they're dumping. You got Solana, you got XRP, you got Chainlink. You got a lot of good protocols out here. You got Knight. Obviously, Midnight is the sponsor of this show, being super transparent. But Knight, privacy tokens, they're going to be a major player. Monero, Midnight, Zcash. I'll name those 3. You also got Dash. You got a lot of privacy tokens that are going to be necessary. And that's not because you're hiding anything, but you deserve privacy, just like you have privacy with your bank account. The thing that I've noticed is that a lot of the reason why a lot of crypto projects aren't successful, and I'm going to say this, and I hope somebody clips this and puts this out there. A lot of crypto projects are not successful because they don't believe in marketing. They don't believe in branding. They don't know how to do either or. Usually it's the devs that don't want to go ahead and bring on brand specialists to go ahead and break down the product to the general audience. How many times do I have to say this? People don't understand code, okay? They just don't understand code. So you thinking that you're fucking talking in some sex language and people are going to get turned on because you just said something sexy like 0101, nobody gives a fuck. I'm telling you, you need to onboard people. And by the onboarding process, you need to bring in people that know how to speak the people's language. You guys are trying to save money When you that is another problem in crypto. Let me say something right now. That is another problem in crypto. You should pay a good brand specialist good money because that money will be a drop in the bucket compared to what they can deliver for you. You hiring 34 washed up KOLs to just go on the timeline and say, hey, I really think this is a good project. Buy this here on Uniswap. That's bullshit. You're doing 2021 marketing. Nobody's even into that. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody knows, okay, this person, you hired this person who's shilled like 93,000 projects, and this person has said nothing but the same thing about every project. Oh, this is a great project. You got to get in. Why? Like, you guys just repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. I'm telling you, man. More people should listen to me. More people should listen to me, and we would not be in this situation. If more people listened to me, we would not be in this situation. We wouldn't. I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to be cocky or arrogant. I'm just being honest. There are certain projects that I look at and I'm like, oh my God, I can take this to Valhalla, man. Forget about the memes. I'm talking about there are certain projects that are being built out that I'm like, man, these people just don't know how to explain it. I do. They just don't know how to explain it. They sound goofy as hell trying to fucking talk about projects. I'm like, this would be easy to go ahead and break down. A lot of projects, you know why a lot of projects fail? I'm gonna tell you right now why a lot of projects fail. I literally look at projects and I'm like, okay, they don't tweet. And anybody who says that tweeting is not an issue, you're fucking stupid. When you're not engaging with the community from a Twitter account, I'm not talking about shilling. Here's some free fucking material. Here's something. What I'm going to tell you right now, and if you're a project and you're listening, you're welcome, because this type of information costs a lot of money. So here you go. Here's something for free. Though you're going to need somebody like me to execute it. But here you go. Here, I'm going to break it down for you. When you have social media, when people are tuned into social media, but you are not active on your social media accounts as a project, you're lost. You absolutely do not understand how this current generation and this current industry works. Nobody's talking about you going onto social media, your accounts, and shilling from your main accounts. No. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be interacting with the crowd, interacting with other accounts. If somebody's talking about privacy, you should be, and there's a space being held, you should be popping in there. You should be popping into live shows and commenting. You should be visible. Not shilling, you should just be visible. Nobody wants to be shilled. I don't want to be shilled. I don't want somebody to sell me anything. When people start selling me something, I'm out. I'm fucking out of here. That's like somebody knocking on your door and trying to sell you a vacuum cleaner, and they're telling you, hey, if you just try this shit out, you get a gift, okay? We can get you a gift as long as you try out this vacuum cleaner in your house. Ain't nobody wants to go through this fucking process. I want to know how your project helps me. And you can do that through your social media channels. You go on TikTok. A lot of people are sleeping on TikTok. You go on TikTok, you create videos. They don't have to be, they can be funny. They can be engaging. They can still talk about whatever you're building, but you can make them funny. You can make people feel something when they're watching. They don't, while they're doom scrolling, they stop and they watch the entire 34-second bit. This is where companies in crypto are failing. You guys think that, especially there are companies out here think that they're owed something. Like people are supposed to flock to their ship because they've made something great. You know what? Unfortunately, you gotta win the crowd. You gotta be like Maximus in the Gladiator. You gotta win the mob, because that's what it is out here. It's the mob. You win the mob, your project gets seen. Stop talking about what it took for you to build this, okay? Nobody, I'm telling you right now, I have a job to do, and that is when I report on shit, I need to know about the actual product in order for me to not sound stupid when I'm talking to my audience. But the audience, they're not looking for you to explain how you built this with the code that you used. Nobody gives a shit how many servers you're running. They care about what does it or how does it benefit them, and how simple is it to use. Nobody is going to jump through hula hoops in crypto to get some shit to work. They're not going to do that. You're making people work to use something. You're making them go through hula hoops to use something. No, that's why I go back to memes, because memes are just easy. It's just like you go into memes, you know what you're getting into. You just know what you're getting into. We complicate the fuck out of crypto, and then we wonder why nobody wants to participate right now. Why people are hesitant to pull the trigger and get into one of these fucking protocols that actually have a good use case. Why, as we have some of the brightest minds in the space, why do we have such a hard time explaining the goddamn product? Do you not understand? Nobody wants to hear how you made the UX and UI. Nobody gives a fuck. They want to know, how do I use it? And like, what benefit do I get out of it? You guys turn this shit. You know what crypto is right now? You've turned it in because you don't have brand managers. You don't have a marketing department. You know what you turn crypto into? An IKEA fucking build out. That's right. It's like going to buy something at IKEA. Okay? You go to IKEA and you buy something and then you got to build it. You're making people. You're building IKEA products and you're expecting, you're expecting people to understand it. Even with the manual. Even with the goddamn manual, people have trouble building out IKEA sets, bro. I'm calling it what it is right now. These are IKEA products. Everything that's being built out here is like fucking IKEA. And everybody's like, oh, look at this wonderful table. Well, how did you put that shit together? It shouldn't be complicated. You made it into, that's it. You made it into an IKEA fucking piece. A piece of furniture from IKEA. That's what you fucking did. Do you know how stressful it is to build out something from IKEA? And you know what? Most of the time, even if you build out something from IKEA, this shit fucking lasts for fucking 3 months. before the shit breaks. It's made out of shit. Unreal. Unreal, man. Unreal. Fuck. Welcome to the breakdown, man. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 688, sponsored by Midnight. Also, official prediction market sponsor of the DG brand and also the breakdown is Polymarket. Shout out to Cake Wallet, one of the best secure hot wallets within our industry. Vic, see, Cake Wallet is not an IKEA product. It's a real product that has been built out, and they showcase. Could you believe this? Vic and his entire team show you how to actually use Cake Wallet and the benefits of using Cake Wallet. He's out there every day showing people how to use it and how easy it is to use. It's not complicated. People's finance isn't complicated either. People using their Bitcoin, their assets as collateral. Very simple. That's it. You don't need to say anything more. Oh shit. I don't have to sell my crypto. I can keep my crypto and still get a house. That's cool. I'm telling you, it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating. It really is frustrating. It really is, man. It really is goddamn frustrating to see what the fuck is happening here, man. It is frustrating. 100%. 100%. Absolutely downright frustrating. No, we'll be right back after this commercial break. What is this? Before I go, hold on. Alon, the founder of Pump Fund, he said vamping and grieving are some of the biggest pain points of recent times. Although it's impossible to solve 100% of this behavior at the blockchain level, we can still try to migrate where we can. Today's update is a small step in the direction. Here's how it works. Hold on, let's see. Pump.fund did something. Every token deployed on Pump Fund has an associated coin Amit who controls creator fee, recipients, distribution, and more. Until now, coin Amits had free reign to change fee, recipients, and distribution as much as they desire, which ultimately led to manipulation. But for example, creator deploys a coin with fees directed to another person. Update authority is unlocked. Token gains the token gains traction, generates high creator fees. Creator redirects fees to their own wallet. People realize, get frustrated, the coin loses traction, narrative is ruined. Solution: every coin launches with regular creator fees by default, except for cashback coins. Then the creator has one chance of redirecting them to another wallet. After they've done this, they can never change the fees again unless they go through the CTO process. The result: if the creator redirects fees to another wallet, those settings are locked. If they don't redirect fees, their one chance to do so can be used later if a wallet is revealed, which helps the narrative. Users always get what they bought in for or better. This means that there's a lower chance of grieving and easier for existing OG tokens to protect themselves from vamps. All existing coins with fee distributions now have their fees locked. All existing coins with regular creator fees have one chance to change their distribution. It's important to note that this is one small step towards overcoming a much larger problem. Thank you to the hundreds of traders who have given myself and Pump Fund affiliates meaningful feedback over the recent months. Your feedback is invaluable to the entire ecosystem. I got so much to say right now, but we're going to go to a commercial break. I got so much to say on that shit, bro. I got so much to say on that shit. But we'll go to a commercial break. Shout out to everybody tuning in. You've tuned in to the breakdown episode 688, which is sponsored by Midnight. Speaking of Midnight,
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy to use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto.
Hey, David, how are you? I can't hear you. I heard you before. I heard the commercial. Is it just me? I heard you just fine.
Wow, the entire time. Wow, no wonder. No wonder. The entire time I'm muted. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. I was saying, I was introducing you, Rob. I was saying Rob has decades of experience in politics and in trending news, in crypto. I first met Rob, invited me on to the street, the round table. He said I was absolutely one of the worst guests that he's ever brought on because he'd watch this show, he'd see me go absolutely ape shit, and then I come on to his show and I'm very professional. Okay, I'm very professional. He asked me one time to rip off my clothes. I don't think he was trying to pull a ditty on me, but it was just saying, just rip the tie off and go the fuck at it. Where's that David? But anyway, I wanted to bring Rob on today. I talked to Rob yesterday. I'm glad that you're on here, Rob. How's it going?
It's good. Good to be here. And yeah, look, I don't mind. The suit works fine on you. It wasn't the suit that was in the way. It was the censored thing, which I get. I understand. We live in a world where you think on certain platforms people need you to, we see it all the time. People present two versions of themselves, the real one and the one they think for public. For you, it was the public for the roundtable. For other people, it's the public all the time. I mean, look, politicians, we're going to talk politics. They do it all the time. I like the suit, but I like this uncensored David Gokhshtein, the one who just swears and gets mad and makes faces and all that. I want my politicians to do that. I want my politicians to be real people. I want who they are I want, whether they're Gavin Newsom or JD Vance. I want it to be who they are when nobody's watching.
I agree with that. Friends I totally agree. I agree. I wanted to say when I was muted and I was talking, what I was saying was, today I wasn't wearing a suit during a few meetings that I had before the show, and people were shocked to see me without a suit, and they're like, "Holy shit! I don't think I've ever seen you without a suit." And I said, "Yeah, I'm still sexy without wearing a suit." So that's where I was going. I thought, and I'm like looking in the green room. I'm like, I see that you're not laughing, so I'm like, "Holy shit! Hold on." You come on here saying you don't hear me. Now I understood. Anyway, let's get right to the motherfucker.
Okay.
Which is. Okay. Rob, you've been around for decades. Okay, you started a movement where people were free to go ahead and speak their mind. You went against the grain. I'm watching Tucker. I'm watching Megyn Kelly. I'm watching a lot of people out here right now doing about face. Seems like they were always Democrats, at least in my opinion. It seems like they were always Democrats, but they rode Trump's wave, and now they're flipping. You got Tucker talking about that we should go ahead and be living like the people from the Eastern world. What's happening here? Are people being paid off, or just this is how they've always thought and they've finally come out with it?
So I'm going to actually go with door number 3. I don't think they're being be clear. I don't think they're being paid off. I think they're being paid a lot of money. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think somebody's coming in writing them a check to say certain things any more than I mean, well, and we don't have to get into the whole thing, but there's that notion people say, Israel's paying everybody off. I'm like, okay, lobbyists are paying everybody everywhere, whether they're the AIPAC lobbyists, whether they're, the teachers union, like everybody's paying for, in contributions to candidates. That's different. These media people get paid a ton of money, and I think they learn to adapt their brand to what works the same way your average creator does. Their integrity gets a little watered down. I also think, to your thing, were they originally always Democrats? I don't know. I think there's a weird shift happening right now out there, and everybody watching can probably relate to it. It's like the box of Democrat, Republican, it's all getting blurry. I mean, Bill Clinton was a Democrat. He wouldn't seem like a Democrat today. You know what I mean? It's like he's being like a moderate Republican, honestly. So, Trump, I think, Trump truly was a Democrat. Let's just start there. Trump was a Democrat. All his friends were Democrats. That's why he was friends with Epstein. Epstein didn't have any Republican friends. And Hillary Clinton was his friend. So just start there. Donald Trump was a Democrat. Did Donald Trump change? I doubt it. I bet Donald Trump still thinks women should have, pro-choice, should be able to, I think they just morph. I hate to say it. We're a morph culture. And now the morphing's so weird and nobody knows. One little trigger sends them off the deep end. It's like the guy who's like, my girlfriend's perfect. She's absolutely perfect, except she's got thick ankles. She's got those big, thick ankles. Makes me nuts. You're like, you're looking at her thick ankles? Yeah, see her ankles are thick. It's like that. They get one little thing in their head, and then they go Candace Owens. It's like, woo, 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 woo. Whole thing just spirals out of control. It's my Rob theory.
Rob's theory. Okay. I honestly
thick ankle
theory. To me, I think, they're either paid or they've, and a lot of them hated Trump. And they're on record as hating Trump. Like they've gone out, like Tucker didn't like Trump. Kelly didn't like Trump. Like it's on record. It's not like I'm making this up. So, but
Right.
all of a sudden they switched. You know, my whole thing was they switched. They seem to like embrace this Trump, this this stage or this era of Trump, not the 45th but the 47th. But then like this whole this I just feel it's either they've always felt this way and they just, they duped us all, or somebody went ahead and offered things to have their opinion switch. Because it all happens at the same time. All the major, like a lot of people, by the way, think there's this huge rift in the Republican MAGA party. There isn't. It's just like maybe 4% to 6% of the people within the party agree with the current direction that these political influencers have gone into.
I mean, I know you've mentioned this to me before too. I think the rift is bigger than you think. I think you're right. I'm not going to say I think the extreme influencers have most of the mega backing. So maybe rift is the wrong word. I think there is a real, again, not the hardcore. The hardcore are still hardcore, but it's like the Jesus followers,
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking Christianity, by the way, but I'm just saying, you have friends or people who it's like nothing can make them see bad if they're Catholics in the Catholic Church. It's like how many priests got to do, how many things you got to see before you go, this church might have some holes in it. And I feel like there's those people who they can see no wrong in Donald Trump. I think a lot of people, David, a lot of people who voted for Trump, Republicans, not rhino Republicans, independents, and even like the MTGs, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, are genuinely disappointed. They didn't vote for a guy who was going to go clean up the world. I'm not saying it's wrong that he's doing it, but they voted for a guy who was going to clean up America.
Yeah, but hold on, Rob. For me, it's bigger than. I think if you sit back and realize what China has done, you'd realize that what Trump is doing is necessary. So Panama Canal, China had a hold of it. You had Venezuela, China has a hold of it. Iran, China has a hold of it. BRICS comes out during the Biden administration. They don't do anything about it. You got spy balloons from China flying across America. China is literally in here comes Trump in the 11th hour to save America from becoming second when it comes to superpowers, because that's where China was heading. China was about to take over everything. Russia doesn't like China. I'm telling you right now, anybody who thinks that Russia and China are working together because they love each other, China is buying assets in Russia. Do you know how Putin feels about that? He hates it. Yeah. All I'm saying is this is bigger than just, I believe it when they say it. The war has been going on for the last 4 decades with Iran. They've been funding every single terrorist cell out there.
Listen, I did my KBC radio show in the mid 2005, 6, 7, whatever. I was preaching about Iran then. I was saying the same thing we're saying now. So I want to be clear. I don't disagree with you on the policy side or even the politics side. I mean, I was saying then, Iran will get a nuclear weapon sometime in the next 10, 20 years. They will keep trying till they do. When they do, they will terrorize the world with it. They will definitely take a shot at Israel because they want Israel gone. But let's be honest. They hate America. They hate Western values. They hate Europe. They like to create, they spread terror everywhere. This is not a good regime in any standard of the world. They're not even good to their own people. Like they're going to go scorched earth. They're going to go to Japan Emperor in World War II. We'll burn down everything, every piece of infrastructure, every person, every missile before we'll surrender to the evil white American demon. Like that's them. I said sooner or later somebody bunker bombs their nukes or corrals them in. You can't negotiate a peace treaty. It's like the dumbest thing you repeat to people. Chamberlain couldn't negotiate peace with Hitler. He tried, it failed. They pretended for peace for a minute. That's Iran. So do I think you're right that we had to go after Iran? Yes, David, all I'm saying is I think a lot of people voted for Trump. I'm not even saying he's wrong, and I don't even care what his motives are. If he's trying to save America, or he wants to be on the next Mount Rushmore. He wants to carve in a number 5. I think the problem is a lot of people voted for an isolationist. A little the way people voted for FDR right before World War II. They weren't voting for him to go get us involved in Europe. So what did, I've always thought FDR basically looked the other way on Pearl Harbor. I think he kind of knew it was coming. It was like, let it happen. It's going to suck, but at least it's not civilians, because then we'll have to go to war. I think a lot of people expected Trump to not do this. You're going, it was a good thing to do. He saved America. I think a lot of people were like, saving America was supposed to lower my gas prices, supposed to make my rent easier. Yeah, I like cleaning up illegal immigration, sealing off the border. That's great. And I swear to God, David, the midterms are going to be an ugly reckoning for the Republicans, I think.
I think for some reason, I think that the Republican Party will win out. The messaging has to get better. The messaging has to get better. But here's how. Look, you just said gas prices, right?
Mm-hmm. And I use that because it's a lightning rod.
We had Biden in office for 4 years. Biden wasn't the president. That's what I'm calling. Biden wasn't doing anything. I don't know who was running the country. None of us did. Inflation through the roof. Gas prices, eggs, milk, whatever. You want to name it, it was up. Okay? Yeah, COVID was on. Doesn't matter. Everything was up. Even when he was seeking re-election, everything was going up. It wasn't going down. So Trump comes in. He's only in office a year and what, 2 or 3 months? We're already in a better situation. It's not going to cure overnight. Inflation's down. Before the Iran, gas prices were down. Everything was down or heading in the direction of down. Him bringing back jobs to the United States of America, wanting to create more private sector jobs. That's what we should be doing. Biden was creating more government jobs instead of more private sector jobs. To me, we were going backwards. That's why we're in the situation we're in. I mean, we're funding transgender mice. Taxpayer, like the things that we were doing is insanity. Insanity. Give that money to veterans that are on this, that served our country, that are missing limbs, that don't get provided really good health care. Give them that money. Create more mental health institutions around here for people to get treated for mental health. Help Americans. Yeah, 100%. But how can we have Iran with a nuclear weapon, Rob? Right. That is crazy. They will take the whole world with them.
You're mixing, and don't want anyone to confuse this. I said 15 years ago, I was saying sooner or later we have to do this. I am not upset that we bombed Iran's nuke capacities, and now we are decimating the rest of them. I'm saying it's going to cause. We can't look the other way. Trump's like it's going to cause minor blips in energy prices. It's not. Especially if Iran starts going after desalination plants in the Middle East, it's going to cause a global economic shockwave. I think maybe, again, it had to happen. All I'm saying is I have 2 complaints with Trump. One is he lies. He lies. I mean, they didn't decimate Iran's nuclear power capabilities. If they had, then we wouldn't have had an imminent threat a month ago where we had to take them out now. Remember, they were gone. They weren't just damaged, they were gone. It's going to take them decades to even rebuild. Suddenly, they're about to have a nuclear weapon, and it's a literal lie. Both can't be true. Either we decimated their stuff or we didn't. Now, I think the immediate threat was just a pretense to go in because Israel was already going to do it, and it was a good opportunity. It's like we're going, so we're like, let's take advantage of this. Good, best time ever to wipe this regime out. I don't have a problem with that. The problem with it, they constantly lie. Oh, your energy prices aren't really up. Yeah, they are. Don't be a Biden. That's all I'm saying. 2, I hate that he puts his name on everything, David. It's ugly. I hate that he's shelling a coin, that he's like, buy my Trump dollar, buy my Trump watches. I don't know. I mean, again, it's like the Trump Kennedy Center. I'm like, just stop. Like, we do need some unity here. It's just like, stop. Like, I get it. You're an egomaniac. I get most presidents are. But seriously? I don't know. It just
I said it all. Listen, I didn't agree with the tweet. Look, I like everything. I like 90 to 95% of what Trump has done. I don't agree with everything. Like, even I made an example 2 shows ago with Robert Mueller. This guy he's a veteran. He served our country. He did go after Trump. Obviously, Trump has animosity because the legal system was weaponized against him. We all know that. We can recognize that's one of the reasons why he's the president, because people saw clearly what was happening. And when he came out with that tweet saying "good riddance" kind of thing, paraphrasing, maybe you don't do that. But then a lot of people have to be in his shoes and realize how badly these people attacked his family. Him and his family tried to put him away in prison forever. Like they tried to jail him forever. So but should he have tweeted something out like that? I don't think he should have. I just don't think, regardless of how much hate he has towards the person, I don't think he should have done it. But he did it. That's why here's my thing. When people say that Israel controls Trump, I laugh because he's uncontrollable.
Yeah, I agree.
I voted for his ego because I know you can't control Trump. Trump's going to do what Trump thinks is best, whether it's right or wrong. He's going to do what he thinks is best.
Okay, I would agree with that 100%. And maybe that's one of the biggest takeaways is Trump will do what Trump thinks is best, period. There's a good and a bad in that. There's a good in that no one's controlling him. It's also a bad, and it means he's literally choosing consciously to sell watches to make money. It's like a slap in the face. And I know, no, he's not doing it because somebody's paying. It's like he's doing it because he wants to. He's like, oh, fuck that. I want to make money. I'm going to sell watches. I'll sell Trump dollar bills. Heck, maybe I'll build the Donald Trump monument. Now, sometimes he's just screwing with people's heads, and I get that, And I even think his negotiating style threatened people. He threatened to annihilate Iran's infrastructure. And suddenly, 48 hours later, he's like, well, we have some productive talks. He's not trigger happy. There's a part of him that, no, I get it, but I don't know. The side of that is no one can tell him what to do, and I don't think he listens. And the minute he hears dissent, I think he goes rageaholic-y. And it bothers me because I think if somebody said to him, maybe Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, but most people say to him, I think you're wrong here, Mr. And I guess most presidents are like that. Obama's one of Obama's top intelligence people came out in these oral histories the other day, said that during a meeting with Obama, he told Obama, you have to make a choice. One choice is deterrence, stall with Iran. Don't know how that'll work out. The other is do a military strike. Those are your options. Obama pulled him aside, said, Denny, don't ever talk to me like that again in front of people. And he was like, I was never included in the meetings again. So I get it. Almost all presidents probably have egos so thin. You disagree with me? Cut you out of the room. So maybe that's not fair to criticize him for it, but he's got an outsized ego, David. Now, maybe you said that's what we need. Maybe that's what we need.
Well, that's why the whole Israel argument, and people will say, oh, you're Jewish. I've criticized Israel, and I think everybody can criticize whoever they want. I don't agree that you can't say anything about Israel. I think that's foolish. You can say whatever you want. It's not anti-Semitism. If you say, hey, I don't agree with what Israel's doing, that's not anti-Semitism. I don't agree. That is just not anti-Semitism. And I think that there are a lot of Jews that right away, if somebody says anything about Israel, they jump and say it's anti-Semitism. It's not. I'm just saying it's not. And what you're doing by doing that is that you're causing more anti-Semitism by saying things like small little things of people saying, hey, I don't agree with Israel. Anti-Semitism. It's wrong. It's wrong. And you're building a bigger case for all these already anti-Semitics to go out here and say, look, you see, I told you. You can't say nothing about it. So hold on. And then the whole thing about AIPAC. They make up a small fraction. Let's talk about big pharma. Let's talk about real special interests that are in the pockets of politicians with real money that dictate what happens here in the United States of America, which is sad because politicians should be working for us and not for special interests. Right. By the way,
they do work for special interests.
Well, that's it. They work for special interests,
don't work
not
for
the people.
I know, but let's just be honest. They don't work for the people.
That's what I'm saying.
Very few.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm saying You're saying they should. I'm saying it's a real thing people have to realize. Almost no politicians are working at a national level for the people. They're running for reelection the minute they get in office. That's their number one primary job. They need money to win, and taking care of their constituents, showing for votes, it's a secondary job, no matter how much they pretend. And that's a really dysfunctional aspect of our government.
So, Rob, here's what I like about what Trump is doing. And I know there's a lot of negative to it, but here's what I like. I'm anti-war. I don't want war. And I've always had that stance. I think war is the last option. And it always should be the last option. Human beings have been at war with each other since we came to this goddamn planet. So this, like, what do we have? Like 18 years of peace out of the whole time that we've been here? China doing what China did, this whole psyop. And it's true. If you look at it, it's true. Like China was trying to get their hands or trying to own shit in our region. I think Trump is doing the right thing. I know it goes against, listen, on the campaign trail, Rob, he said, I'm the guy who doesn't go to war, right? His first 4 years as 45th president of the United States of America, no wars, right? 47th, he campaigned the same way. And shit changes, though. So let me ask you, Rob. He gets intelligence. They say, not from Israel, not from Mossad. He gets intelligence that says, and this is coming from an ex-CIA agent that was on Sean, what's his name? Is it Sean Kelly? Somebody will correct me. Or Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's show. Ex-CIA agent says, trust me, it's not the Mossad intelligence. There's more that, like, we know. If Iran has all, look, and we've seen that they have these missiles that can go way further than their region. Let's say Trump doesn't do anything, Rob. He sits and does absolutely jack shit. And Iran decides, we're going to fire missiles at U.S. bases. And Trump has this intelligence. He's going to get blamed for not doing anything, right? CNN, MSNBC, they'll all come out. He had the information. He did nothing. And he put the lives of Americans in danger, and he cost the lives of Americans, right? He can win. He goes out to take out Iran, the regime, not the people, the regime that has absolutely been brutal, not only to its own people, but to the region. He can't win here either. Like, he's in a no-win position here.
Well, so I would say very quickly, first of all, Trump can't win with that. That's a de facto reality. Trump could save a kid from a fire, literally walk in, drag the kid out who was going to get burned. And people would be like, you dropped the kid accidentally on the way down and broke his arm? What kind of a rescuer breaks the kid's arm? But he was going to burn alive. Like, he broke his arm. That's Trump's dilemma, right? But that's a different thing, David. And like I said, for me, it comes down to one of two things. He lied about the first bombing mission where they decimated Iran's infrastructure, because if Iran could not then 2-3 months later, whatever, 5 months later, suddenly be about to have a nuclear weapon within.
Hold on, Rob. Could we have not had enough intelligence? Like, could he have had intelligence that said that we did the job, but yet we didn't?
And here's my concern. Here's my concern with Trump. He can never admit everything wasn't the best ever. No, we had intelligence. They knew they damaged their infrastructure. They didn't deplete it. They didn't get the uranium storage. They didn't get all the, whatchamacallits that, cycle it up. They knew what they did. They knew what they hit. They knew what they destroyed. That's why Trump got so defensive when people said, well, perhaps it was the original assessment was a partial thing. He's like, partial. You reporters are idiots. He can't. Everything has to be total win. And that scares me a little. But that's separate. Do I think Iran was the right move? Yes. But like I said, I'm not an isolationist. I said it 15 years ago, sooner or later, you can only play cards with a guy cheating for so long before they're going to win, because they're cheating the whole time. Like, I'm not shocked they had long-range ICBMs. No, we don't make missiles that go that far because, we don't have an issue with anybody but the Gulf states and the Jews over there. Oh, Suddenly you got a missile that can reach Europe. And they are so backed against a wall. They're like, fire, fire. They're literally firing everything they got. They're like, shoot it all out. I'm laughing because it's literally what they're doing. They're just like, whatever we got, guys, shoot it before we can't. Ugly.
It's
I don't know.
wild.
It's longer conflict.
To me, it's just wild. Like
I'm just saying.
I get, like, I understand. So like you're speaking as there are Americans. So let's put it this way: Democrats are going to vote for a Democrat. Republicans are going to vote for a Republican. It really comes down to independents. So like when independents are sitting here, this is what they're looking at. What you're saying is what they're looking at. Like these are some of the things that, like, I've talked to people that are independents. These are some of the things that they bring up. They're like, well, if we got them the first time, why are we back there? So like my thing is like, did we have enough intelligence? Did we miss something?
We did, man. We did.
Listen, these people are smart. They're not stupid people, right? But
again, you gotta look at the initial assessment from the Defense Department was,
I agree,
we did damage partial. Then they took it back and said that wasn't accurate, and Trump got all worked up. Right, because their initial assessment, when they saw what they'd done, the people who knew right where they were putting the missiles were like, hey guys, here's what we did. And somebody said, president's not going to be happy with that. He's not going to be happy kind of going, well, we did a partial job and we don't want to go back and do it again. So we're just going to claim we did it. And meanwhile, they were spinning up the uranium the whole time. They're like, yeah, you heard us, but it's like Monty Python. So I don't have one arm on. I can fight you with the other one. Now we got to finish the job. I'm not against it. I just think a lot of people didn't vote for this. That's all I'm saying before I go.
No, I didn't vote for this either, though. Like, I didn't vote for this. I don't think the MAGA base in general. I'll speak for the MAGA base. I don't think the MAGA voted for this. We didn't vote to go to Iran and have this operation. Like, I didn't vote for it. I'll tell you that right now. Like, for me, the biggest concern was America. How do we fit infrastructure? We got potholes all over the place. You know, bridges are collapsing. Like, what are we doing here, like, to build out for Americans? That should be our main concern. Right. That's what America First is. That should. I like what he's done with the border. We don't have 15 million illegal, undocumented individuals in our country taking jobs from American workers. We finally have corporations that are bringing back business and investing into America. I'll give you one example. Honda is now investing back into America and into Indiana, creating 33,000 new jobs, you know, on the assembly line. That's good stuff. These are good things. We need to have American companies come back and not feed.
I'm with you.
We're feeding China. China, India,
I know.
2 countries that don't like us, that charge us up the ass. And the tariffs, listen, I get it. Tariffs are short-term pain. It is short-term pain. It's a negotiating tool. But we need to use tariffs in order to bring... Like, we're being charged an arm and a leg to sell American products to Europe. Yeah, when they come and sell their products here, they're getting it for free.
Hey, I'm agreed with you on what you wanted to see happen. I'm agreed with you. I've been a fan of the tariff thing the whole time, and I think they're a great bargaining tool. And you can always ratchet them up and ratchet them down, and it scares the heck out of people when you're the biggest player on the block. So I'm a fan of all that. Like I said, you're right. People didn't vote for this. I'm a big guy of being direct and honest. We keep calling it operation. It's not an operation. An operation is you go in and do something strategically and you come out. We're at war. They're shooting missiles at our bases and our allies. They're trying to take out tankers that are bringing oil in for us. You know, they're leveraging everything they can, and we're bringing in troops now. And we're spending hundreds of billions of dollars. I just want to be clear. This isn't just a little strategic operation. We are lighting the Middle East on fire, and it's going to have consequences. Now, you and I might agree had to happen sooner or later. I think it would have been less bad had we done this 15 years ago. No one had the guts. I'll give Trump credit. But I'm just saying it's going to have consequences. And I know I got to jump in a minute, but I think it's going to have consequences on the midterms. I think there's enough going headwinds. It's hard enough to win a midterm when you're the seated president, like much less with all this. I think it could look really bad for Republicans. And if they win, Democrats win both houses, Trump's impeached and convicted.
So before you go, because I know you got a hard stop, and I appreciate you coming on. By the way, I will be on Rob's show tonight, 8:30 tomorrow. Excuse me. Wednesday. I'll
8.
be on at what time?
8.
8 o'clock.
8 Eastern.
Guys, I'll go ahead and reshare. You can tune in, watch me, and we'll probably continue this conversation. Rob, before you go, why do you think the Democrats are going to win here?
Okay, in 30 seconds, they're going to win because one, the opposition party almost always deals with unsatisfaction. Too many people, as much as they may think what happened was necessary, it's not what they voted for. They're feeling economic pain, which is always the worst. Yes, they were before, but Trump promised they wouldn't. There's a lot of chaos, and he fundamentally lost independence. And I think too many Republicans aren't going to be as motivated, and Democrats see their opportunity. They just keep pouncing on it. We're not in power. They see their opportunity to just keep pushing voters out. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I think Democrats win enough. The margins are close. They win enough to take the majorities, unless something shifts in the next. It's soon. That stuff's got to shift in 6 months. And I don't think I think these shockwaves are going to keep going. But we'll talk about it more on my show. This has been fun.
Guys, you can tune in to Rob's show, the Rob Nelson Show. Rob's been around for decades, started movements, appeared in magazines, sat next to Bill Clinton.
60 minutes.
There you go.
60 minutes.
Hey, listen, I'm giving them. I can't name everything out. I got 30 seconds to name everything out, but
well, for what it's worth, I had an early Fox News talk show that I hosted.
There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to have you on, Rob. And I'll
David,
be
it's so much fun.
I'll
see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you. That's Rob Nelson, everybody. Go to I'll go ahead and put out his Twitter account. We'll go ahead and put out his Twitter account so you guys can go ahead and give him a follow. Rob is with actually the GNN network. He has a show on here. I'll be on his show on Wednesday. We'll go ahead and chop it up and have a conversation about everything that's happening in the world today. Yeah, that's true. Listen, I agree. I agree with a lot of that, Rob. I agree a lot with what Rob said. It's just that I'm sitting back and I'm looking at certain things that are happening from the Chinese standpoint. China came in. To me, China came in and they tried to absolutely take over. So again, Trump can't win either way. Trump can't win either way. Trump doesn't do anything, he gets destroyed. Trump does something, he's getting destroyed, right? And I really want to know if some of these people are getting paid off. Tucker flipped, but Tucker was never MAGA, right? Tucker was never MAGA. Megyn Kelly, she loved Trump. Now she doesn't. You know, why doesn't Kelly defend Erica Kirk? That's been I've been saying this for the longest time. Why isn't she defending why there's not one time has she defended Erica Kirk from all the crazy shit that Candace Owens has said? It's crazy. Anyway, let's get back to crypto right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy to use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back. I didn't even take a drink of water, so you're gonna have to excuse me. So apparently, TikTok has said that I will get my full visibility back on my next show. So we'll see. So right now, some people really can't see my show. That sucks. That sucks. This show is not brought to you by Brickle, but I would advise that every man that looks like ass uses this product. Okay, I'm not sponsored by them. I should be. I really should be. Look at me. I really, I really, really, really should be. You can't hate on a man that takes care of himself. You cannot hate on a man that takes care of him. But for all the ugly ass people here, okay, this might help you. Okay, go get yourself this. Make sure that you don't have any allergic reaction and shit like that. But this is some acid facial serum with some peptides in them. Okay, it's good. It's good, man. It absolutely good, man. See, I'm nice enough. I don't even work with them. I'm fucking. Here you go. They should have me as the poster boy, man. I should be modeling with this in my hand. It should be a picture of me, like this, like. All right. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown. Sponsored by Midnight, Polymarket, Cake Wallet, People's Reserve. Thank you for tuning in from all the social media platforms. By the way, Landy will be back tomorrow. Landy had some business to attend to, so shout out to Landy. Appreciate Landy for always coming on and breaking down the markets. If you didn't catch yesterday's show, you should. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Landy, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He has the market recap that comes out. You should go ahead and catch up to it. It's on X right now. Okay, X, formerly known as Twitter. It's on there at CryptoLandy. Go cop that. We had Rob Nelson on here. Rob Nelson's a veteran when it comes to television and radio. Like he's been out here. I met Rob when he was hosting a show on the street, the Round Table. Came on there but for to talk about crypto. Never really politics. I try to get politics into there a few times, but it was mostly about crypto. Good show, good people over there as well. What can I say? It's what I said earlier about crypto. If you're just tuning in, I compared crypto and some of the branding in crypto to IKEA. Okay, if anybody's ever built out anything in IKEA, you understand. It is absolutely difficult. It takes you hours, and the ship breaks down in 2 to 3 months. So do as you wish with that analogy, but it is actually fitting for this space. I think right now I'm going to say something that might go ahead and spark outrage, but I believe this to be true. here's what happened. Technology has advanced. We've seen it with all the Chat GPTs, the Google Geminis, and the Claudes. You have so many AI agents, and now you got NVIDIA's founder saying that AGI is here. Technology is advancing. So go back 5 years ago, go back to the last cycle. You didn't have this. You didn't have the one, you couldn't create a contract in 3 minutes or within 30 seconds, I should say. And even if you could create a Solidity contract, you'd have to go and lock up liquidity. You'd have to make sure you understand mathematics and tokenomics. Here, you go onto pump.fun, you put in a goddamn name, a ticker name, a picture, and you press send, and that's it. It's out there. So the space is completely fucking saturated. Absolutely saturated. There's not enough liquidity. So people have arguments with me about this. I don't think you guys understand. When you have a lot of tokens coming out at the same time and there's not much liquidity, you're spread. So let's say you have 45,000 tokens and you only have $10,000. That $10,000 has to be spread across 45,000 fucking tickers. You're not going to have much happening here. That's what it is. Retail is not coming. Retail would not come into this market. I'm gonna explain something to you guys right now. Retail is not coming into this market until it is easier for them to use and understand what these products stand for. Okay? That's it. Until then, ain't shit coming here. Period. You've made it too difficult. You made it really fucking difficult. IKEA, difficult. That's it. Until you're able to understand that you need a marketing department, you need brand specialists, as much as you need developers at the helm around these projects, real brand specialists. I'm not talking about people with a name. Well, I'm talking about people, not only people who have a certain brand that people recognize, but people that can articulate whatever the fuck you're building in layman's terms and even give you critical feedback to make your shit better. Until these things happen, nothing happens in this space. You're going to be fighting for every Solana. Okay? That's what you're going to be doing. I'll be right back right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together. What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy to use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back to the show. It is 1:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate everybody tuning in. TikTok should be up by tomorrow. So for those who are able to tune into TikTok, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Tech, obviously, Fran. A lot of shout outs to go through, but I appreciate you guys holding it down. And thank you to those who always stop in and always are here to go ahead and chat within the live stream over here. Shout out to Getter, shout out to LinkedIn, shout out to Kick. Thank you very much for Kick. I really want to thank Kick for allowing me to be a part of the Kick partner program. That's pretty cool. So let me give a round of applause to that. I'll be doing some really cool things with the Kick, with that Kick channel. Also, of course, Twitter. Can't forget Twitter. Twitter's always been nice to me. You got a bunch of people that just sit and don't talk unless it's time to go ahead and shill a token. Then they're all up in my chat shilling. Okay, all of my chat shilling me fucking tokens. Wanted me to be exit liquidity. Like I said, and this is real talk. Crypto will get better only when real projects start bringing in real individuals who can break down the products. Until then, it's not happening. It's just not happening. You're going to be stuck in this vicious cycle of watching people create some random tickers, not even memes. It's just some random tickers, and they pray and hope that they send, and then they dump on people. That's really it. That's all that's going to happen. For the real memes, I believe the real memes will make a comeback. Bitcoin, there's nothing for me to say. Bitcoin is going to $1 million, whether you like it or not. Ethereum is going to make a comeback. Solana is going to do very well. XRP, absolutely. The banking industry, there is a need in the banking industry, and Ripple and Chainlink solve a lot for that particular industry. I don't like banks, right? But at the end of the day, there is an issue with banks that Ripple and Chainlink have solutions for. So, bottom line, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're here to make money. Besides watching crypto grow and change everything, you're also here to make gains. So, if there's an opportunity, this is where you can be like this. A lot of people try to play this entire I'm only rooting for this team, sporting event type of vibe. No, you should be getting into things that will make you a profit, whether you like them or not. At the end of the day, if XRPL is going to be used by the banking system, right? If banks are going to actually use it and integrate it, then why not get into XRP? Let it go. If you can get in at $1.20 or $30, whatever it's at right now, and it goes to $7, you win. You take that and you win and you go on to the next. Saying, oh, I can't fuck with XRP. And what are you doing here? This is not a popularity contest. What are you doing here? What do you think you're cool because you're going to go out on social media and you're going to say, hey, I'm not going into XRP? When I see people do that kind of shit on social media, I think you're a fucking moron. I don't think highly of you. When you go out on social media and you say shit like that, to me, it's like you are allergic to money. When you're playing or you're basing this as a sporting event, to me, I can't respect you. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like Brad Garlinghouse. That doesn't mean anything. You know, a lot of people don't like Elon Musk, but guess what? They made a lot of money on Tesla. You're telling me because I might not like, by the way, just for a reference, I like Elon Musk. I think he's one of the greatest innovators of our time, one of the smartest people out here. But if let's say, hypothetically speaking, if I didn't like Elon, you think that would stop me, deter me from buying Tesla stock? Are you crazy? What are we fucking talking about? A lot of you guys think this is like, seriously, this is not a sporting event. You guys act like it. You act like this is some goddamn sporting event and you root against things that can make you money. That's why you're broke. That is exactly why you're broke. And when I mean why you're broke mentally. If you have that type of approach in life, you're never going to be successful. Steve Jobs worked with Bill Gates. They had two different types of companies, and Microsoft was winning at the time, but they worked together. If you're going to get ahead in life, you're going to have to work with people you might not like. What do you think? Everybody in the military likes each other? No. Think everybody serving in the same squad likes each other? No. But there's a goal of mine. That's to win. For America, they're on the same team. When you start realizing that, like, it doesn't matter if this can make me money, I'm going in, that's when you start making money. If you're on that shit, oh, I only like this, I can never get into that, even though that can make me money, I can never, that's where you lose. You're never going to win. You're never going to go to the next level. Like, you can absolutely, you know what? You should just leave crypto. Go back to IHOP, serve people, okay? You're pretty good at that. Just keep doing that. Decaf or regular, man. Like I always tell you, decaf or regular, what do you want? Okay. That's it. Scramble the sunny side up. These are the things that you're probably good at. And then you can bitch and moan with your customers about how crypto sucks. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I am just saying, things need to change in crypto. Number one, before I go, here's what it needs to change. Number one, we got to support real protocols. We got to support real assets within our space. That's number one. Number two, I like, listen, and this might hurt some people's feelings, but I like memes. I like memeing. Okay, memeing is large companies, multi-billion-dollar companies meme. I like memes. They're funny. And I like OG memes, and I think there's a place for them. And I think there's a place for them because I have a different reason, and that is they bring people into the goddamn industry. And what happens when people come into this industry 2 to 3 weeks later, they go into Bitcoin. A lot of people explain Bitcoin. They use terminology that people don't understand. Well, you come through a meme, you sit and you kumbaya with a community. People tell you, hey, I'm in Bitcoin. This is why. People tend to go and buy $500 worth, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. They start buying up. It's good for onboarding. Okay? Memes are relatable. I keep on saying this. They're very and I just wish big protocols would take the same approach as memes, because then they would have an easier time selling themselves to the general public. You guys take yourselves too seriously. Look at the big four, the most successful companies in the world don't take themselves that seriously. They try to speak with the same language, at the same level with the people. That's it. Apple does it. McDonald's does it. Geico does it. I can continue to name. Elon, come on. Elon does it with Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company. I'll name out every company. So, at the end of the day, you came to crypto to make life-changing money. That's what you came to crypto for. You came to crypto to make life-changing money. And that should be your focus. You should be focused completely on how can I change my life? How can I change my bloodline's life? which assets are good to go into, who and what should I be watching to gain value. This is what your approach should be, especially right now. When it's boring, that's when you build your goddamn plan. When it's boring, you assess what you hold and you make decisions to put yourself in the right position. When it's boring, that's when you make all these changes, and that's when you come up with some sort of game plan. You don't do this when the markets are absolutely sending, because then you become somebody who starts chasing and you will blow yourself up by doing so. I've seen so many people absolutely wreck themselves while chasing green candles. You will be the top sender, okay? You will be the tops when the green candles go. You know, it's funny. One green day, everybody gets their conviction back. One red day, it's all over. It's never coming back again. I'm watching this every single day. I'm seeing on social media people saying that they're giving up. It's over. They could have had a chance 2 cycles ago. No, that's if you are smart enough and you're watching what's being said, you're taking the bet and you're going in harder into crypto. You're not getting out of crypto. So that's just my 2 cents. I've been here long enough to see all this shit play out. I've been here long enough to see people say crypto is dead, Bitcoin is dead, Ethereum is dead, everything's dead. And then it just absolutely sends out of nowhere. There will be signs, but absolutely nowhere the market rips. Now, if you're in the position of, if you already did everything that you needed to do, you did your homework, then you're fine. You have nothing to worry about. But there will be chasers. There 100% will be people chasing. There's no doubt about that. People will be chasing the next one. As for politics, I stand by what I said about Trump. Trump has a huge ego. Okay? Trump has an absolutely huge ego. Trump wants to win bad. Trump wants to leave the Oval Office, his presidency. He wants you to acknowledge that he was one of the greatest presidents of all time. That's why I voted for him. That's why I believe in him. I do believe that he will make America great again. I understand none of us like war. It's easy to be in the studio and talk about war. It's easy for me to talk about it sitting here and not having boots on the ground. I get that. I understand that. But I rather this than Iran having a fucking nuclear weapon. They showed us that they're fucking liars. They send missiles way outside their region, okay, that could hit US and UK bases, okay? Or even the UK. You cannot trust a regime like this. You cannot trust them. They have funded terrorism all across the world, man. You cannot trust these people. And that's why I'm okay with what's happening. But hopefully this can end. Hopefully this ends quickly, and then it's up to the Iranian people to take back their country. Because we've done our job, okay? Besides taking out, besides taking out their nuclear capabilities, it's up to the Iranian people to take their country back. If 90% of the Iranian people despise this regime, they got to take their country back. That's it. They got to take their country back. We did the same thing, and I love the Iranian people. I bring Iranian people on here. We talk, and I know how much they love America. But at some point, just like the Americans did, just like we did against England, you got to rise up, and we did with less. We fought armies with pitchforks, farmers fighting for the United States of America. You could do the same thing. You want change? Go make that change happen. Because, Trump's going to have no other choice. He's going to have to pull out soon. He's going to have to pull out soon because midterms are coming. He's going to have to make sure that he can make sure that, Republicans get elected and that he still controls the House and the Senate. So that's about it, man. That's about it. Yeah, these weak ass liberals really reported my goddamn account on TikTok. So they're not weak when it comes to reporting. I got to tell you that, man. If reporting people who tell the truth was a profession, liberals will be winning. every single day. I got to tell you, Democrats and liberals would be absolutely killing it if it came down to reporting. 100. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning into the show. I appreciate you all. Crypto will make a comeback. Crypto needs leadership. Crypto needs an absolute restart. I mean that. We need to get more brand professionals into these projects to break down these projects to the average person. Find a strong project or meme and hold it. Hold on, I'm reading a comment. But more real memes through like Devious, MFer, Flork, or even Pepe. Stronger, less of a 10x I don't even understand. Batman, I have no fucking clue what the fuck you wrote just now. But something about being real memes. Yeah. Tech, shout out to you, Fran. Everybody who tuned in on TikTok, who was able to tune in on TikTok. Shout out to people who tuned in and contributed to the conversation here on Twitter. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the sponsors. Thank you very much. More stuff to come. A lot more stuff to come. StockTwits, thank you very much for nominating me, or the people nominating me for Crypto Creator of the Year. I respect it. Whether I win or not doesn't really matter. I just appreciate that. So I hate compliments. I hate when people compliment me, so I'm not really good at this, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. On that note, I'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Runs until 2. We'll chop it up, and hopefully all this stuff will be working again. Hopefully the visibility will be there again. But on that note, I'm out.